Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome you all to this channel. I'm Shiraz Ahmed. Here is a brief profile about me. So today my friends will cover chapter number 3, that is on hydrostatic forces. Okay, so let us see what are the various topics that we'll cover in today's lecture. So first we'll discuss the various forces applied by fluid on a surface. Then we'll study center of pressure and hydrostatic forces on vertical as well as on inclined plates, and lastly on curved surface. Okay, so what is fluid static? So fluid static deals with problem associated with fluid at rest. It means that when the fluid layers are at rest with respect to each other, that is called as a fluid static, or we can say shear stress is zero, that we have learned in previous lectures. So when there is no relative motion between the layers, then shear stress will be zero, and we call as a fluid as a static fluid. Okay. So when liquid is in static state, it is called hydrostatic, and fluid is gas and it is in static state, so we call it as aerostatic. And the application of this hydrostatic is mainly submerged floating body. So for example, floating body, you will take a ship as example, so that is one application of fluid static. Submerged body like submarines. Then various concepts like designing of dam and water storage tank. So we use this hydrostatic concept in these many applications. Okay. So now let us try to understand what is hydrostatic force. So now let us consider this is water or a fluid. There is a free surface. What does it mean free surface? It means above this is air, the atmospheric pressure. Okay, and this fluid is being stored by a wall, vertical wall over here. Okay, you can call it as a dam, straight wall. Let us suppose this is a wall. Okay, and fluid is resting against this wall. So what are the various forces that this wall will experience? So first force due to pressure from the atmosphere, right, on this side, and it will be equivalent to the atmospheric pressure, right, PATM. On the top layer here also it will be PATM, right, and in addition to that we have studied that with height, because acceleration due to gravity is downward, that is G. So with height the pressure will increase, right, linearly with distance from this point, right, it will increase linearly. So for example, if I want to find pressure here, which is at a distance x from the free surface, then this value will be rho g into x. Okay, and let's suppose if this height of this so-called wall is capital H. So the pressure here it will be rho g into capital H. This will be the PATM. So as this PATM and PATM from this side, the force due to atmospheric pressure and force due to atmospheric pressure, these two will be cancelled with each other. So the wall will be experiencing a net force due to this pressure only. Okay, this concept is clear now to all of us, because we are having atmospheric pressure here and this atmosphere pressure will be cancelled by the natural that is coming from this side, right? So you will be having only the pressure due to fluid height, that is pressure due to gravity, right? So how it was derived, that pressure due to gravity or pressure when at a height h is nothing but P ATM plus rho g into x, right? And this P ATM will be get balanced, so this wall will be experiencing only a force due to this. So let us draw the final wall. So this will be the pressure diagram will be like this on this wall. Okay, if this height is h and I have a fluid here, this is the fluid, the free surface of the fluid. So this is the pressure diagram in the black color, and here the pressure will be rho g h. Okay, so now if I want to find out the hydraulic forces, right, due to the pressure at various points, right, okay, on this wall, and let's consider the width of the wall is b. Okay, so now at a distance x from free surface, I have taken a small element, that is dx. Here the pressure will be rho g into x, right? So what will be the force at distance x? It will be nothing but rho g x, right? This will be the pressure, right, into area, that is dA. Area, what will be the area? I'll show you in red color. So this is the dx amount, right? So this is the height, right? So if I'll say side view, then it will be like this, right? This is dx and it will be b. So what is dA? dA is nothing but b into dx, right? So if I'll calculate fx, so rho g into x into b dx, right? That is on elemental fx, or you can say elemental force. If I'll integrate throughout from 0 to h, and this is 0 to whatever h, right? So this will give me a complete final force due to pressure. So due to rho and g b are constant, so I can take out rho g b x into dx, right? 0 to h. This will give me a result of Fp equals to rho g is nothing but a specific weight, that is W into B into what is this? X dx. X square by 2 from 0 to h, right? This is equals to WB capital H square by 2, that is nothing but WBH into h by 2, right? So now if I'll write down this equation finally, that is force due to pressure is nothing but omega BH into h by 2. What is BH? BH is nothing but the normal area, right? If I'll say here, normal area means a complete area of the wall normal to this forces, right? That will be area. What is h by 2? If I'll draw this wall, complete wall, side view, BH, right? So the pressure will be acting normally on this, right? So this will be the complete area on which the pressure will be acting. This is the normal area of the wall or the surface. And if I'll calculate this surface, what is the center of point, that is CG. What is the CG here? CG of this, it will be h by 2 from free surface, right? So CG call it the x bar. So this is the final formula for the net pressure force on wall. Omega A x bar. X bar is nothing but CG distance from the free surface, right? It was CG distance. What is x by 2? It is the h by 2. H by 2 is nothing but the CG distance from the free surface. So that is what? Omega A into x bar. So you have to memorize this formula and you have to know what is A, what is x bar. Omega is specific weight, A is the normal area of the plate, and x bar is the center of CG, center of gravity or of the plate from the free surface. So here is a brief definition about hydrostatic force. It is nothing but the net force exerted by the fluid on the body, right? So now it is defined as that we have generated final formula omega A x bar, and we know each and every term properly. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section of this video. Okay. So now we'll move to our next topic, that is center of pressure. Let us try to understand what is center of pressure. So recently we have seen this is the wall, okay, wall, and on this there was a pressure distribution like this, right? It will be linear of nature, right? In the pressure distribution due to fluid. Where is the fluid? Fluid is on this side. Okay, this is the free surface. Don't forget to mention free surface. You have to, every time you draw the diagram, you have to make this notation. It's very important. So now let us try to understand the center of pressure. So the definition says the point of application of net hydrostatic force exerted by fluid. So this is the hydrostatic forces, right? So if I replace all these forces with a single force Fp, right, that we have calculated previously, that is all combined, all force, what was it? Was Fp. So if I replace this complete force, individual forces to with one, that is Fp. What is Fp now? Omega A x bar, and it will be applied to a certain point. So this point will be called as the center of pressure, and it will be denoted by h bar from the free surface of water, where free surface of the water or the fluid, denoted by h bar from the free surface, not from the wall surface. Okay, please try to understand. X bar is also from free surface and h bar is also from free surface, not from the wall of the wall surface. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you all. So now let us see the definition. It is the point of application of net hydrostatic force exerted by the fluid. It is measured in vertical depth from free surface of the fluid. Very important, right? H bar, and denoted by h bar. Okay, my friends. So now let us try to derive for center of pressure for the set example. Okay, so I have a water here. This is the wall. Okay, now this is the pressure. By the fluid, right? So now what is the how to calculate the center of pressure? So first I have what I have done at a distance x from the free surface, right? I have taken an element dx similar to that, right? Try to understand the methodology. Okay, and the width is b, let's suppose. So what will be the force here? at a distance x, it will be rho g x, that is pressure, into area. Area is nothing but b dx, right? What is the center of pressure? Center of pressure, it is nothing but the point of application of all the forces, right? So this is the element forces dfx. So what is the point of application of this force dfx? Is nothing but x, right? So how will I calculate? X into dfx divided by, I'll integrate from 0 to h. This is the height. So what I have done, h divided by fp, right? So what I have taken a moment about this for each individual forces at element, like this force, this force, this force, this force, and that divided by fp. So it is like a moment arm, right? So if I replace all these forces with a single force, that is fp, it will generate same amount of moment about the free surface. See the significance. What is fp and center of pressure? Center of pressure is that distance which generates, COP is that distance h bar which generates equal amount of moment about free surface of fluid. Okay, it's very important. What is important? Free surface of fluid. So now I hope it is clear to you all. So what I have done here, so what is the moment due to fp? It is nothing but fp into COP or fp into h bar. Okay, and what will be the moment due to all elements? Due to one element is x into dfx. And how to calculate for all elemental forces? Like this is dfx, one elemental force. There will be multiple element forces. For that, what I have done, I have put an integral, right? So I want to do summation. What is notation for summation? Integral. So 0 to h I will integrate, right? So what it will become? 0 to h rho g b x square dx. Okay. We have calculated the value of fp in previous slides. What it is? Omega b h square by 2. Omega b capital H square by 2 into h bar. Rho g is nothing but omega b x cube. X cube, if you integrate this, it will be h cube by 3. Omega b will cancel with each other. So this will result h bar equals to 2h upon 3. Oh, 2h upon 3, right? What it is? Are you able to guess? Are you able to guess what 2h upon 3 denotes? It is nothing but the centroid of this triangle, right? If I have a pressure diagram, if I can draw a pressure diagram, and if I can calculate the centroid, then that will be the center of pressure. What is the centroid for this triangle? From this point, it is, what is the height? H. So centroid is 2h upon 3, right? So it is nothing. So now we have one more definition. So one more definition, what it is? It is the centroid of pressure diagram. Okay. So now we have to try to understand what is pressure diagram. So till now what I was drawing, what we were drawing, this is pressure diagram, like a diagram which denotes the pressure with height. For example, if I have this fluid with free surface here and I am having a vertical plate inside like this. Okay. Let's suppose, and this fluid is a, one moment, this fluid is this, and I have a wall, some wall here. Okay, this is the water, another wall, and this is the one elemental plate. I want to calculate the force on this and draw the pressure diagram. What is the pressure diagram? It is the pressure with height, right? So I'll say this height is h1, okay, and the length or height of the plate is capital H, right? So if it is h1, what is the pressure at this point? And density of the fluid is rho. It's easy, right? Rho gh, rho gh1. Here the pressure will be rho gh1, right? And from here, if I move x, so it will be on top of rho gh1, it will add rho gx, right? And it will be linear like this, right? This will be the pressure diagram. So now if I want to find out the center of pressure for this particular thing, so what do I have to do? I have to find out the centroid of this thing. That's it. Centroid of this diagram from free surface. That will be the center of pressure H bar, right? It's very simple. So now we learned one more concept, and there is one very useful formula, and mostly you will use this formula. Okay, so try to memorize this one. For center of pressure, it will be nothing but H bar equals to Igg sin square theta upon Ax bar plus x bar. We'll try to understand what are the various terms in few moments. Okay. So till now I hope everything is clear, and if you want to find for this, then it's very easy, right? You find out the centroid of this diagram. Okay, we'll calculate center of pressure for this case using this formula. Okay, but let us try to understand what are the various terms. So for understanding the various terms, I have to consider another example. This is water. I have wall, certain wall here. This is a plate for me, and angle from horizontal is theta. This is the CG of the plate. From free surface it is x bar, and this is the center of pressure. That is from free surface it is h bar, and h bar formula I have written is Igg sin square theta upon Ax bar plus x bar. Okay, so now where the pressure will be applying, it will be applying normal to this, right, at these points. So I explained you, area is nothing but normal area. So this normal area, so from here if I draw this plate side view, it may look like this square plate. Okay, this is the CG line. Okay, Igg is area moment of inertia about this axis. Okay, clear? About this axis, that is Igg Clear? Theta is nothing but the angle, inclination angle of the plate from the free surface. Okay. What is x bar? X bar is nothing but the center of gravity of the plate from the free surface, and A is the normal area. So let's suppose if width is B and this is H, so A will be B into H. Okay. What is IgG? IgG is nothing but BH cube upon 12 for rectangle. Okay. And what will be the net pressure Fp on this? It will be nothing but omega G into x bar, right? That we have learned already. Sorry, omega A x bar. Okay, so it's clear about this formula. IgG sin square theta upon AX bar plus x bar. Theta is angle from free surface. A is the normal area. X bar is the CG from the free surface, and H bar is the center of pressure. Okay. So now we will solve that problem that we have seen previously, right? This problem, for this problem, using this formula, right? We understood clearly. So let's, the width is B. So what will be IgG for this? BH cube upon 12. What is x bar? H1 plus H by 2. What is area? B into H, and theta equals to 90 degree, right? From free surface 90 degree. So I'll calculate H bar. BH cube upon 12 into BH into x bar is H1 plus H by 2 plus H1 plus H by 2. Okay, so this is the answer. Let us consider another example. Just now that we have driven, that we have proved that, right? Let us try to prove for that. When the plate is touching the free surface of height h, so what we have learned? H bar is IgG sin square theta upon AX bar plus x bar. What is CG? CG for this is H by 2. This is CG. IgG, that we already know for rectangle, is BH cube by 12. X bar equals to H by 2 and A equals to B into H. Theta equals to 90 degree. So if we substitute these values into that, then BH cube by 12 into 1, that is sin square theta, will be 1. A is BH, x bar is H by 2 plus H by 2. This will give H bar equals to BH square H 6, H by 6 plus H by 2 is nothing but 2H upon 3, right? So we have proven that using this formula. So now we came to know that we need to know this moment of inertia, right? For each and every, if it is a square, then we easily know BH cube, or rectangle, then we easily know BH cube by 12. But if it is circle, if it is semicircle, or if it is rectangle, so how to do, how to solve? So I'll give you some tips. You solve it at your home by yourself. Okay, these are the homeworks for you. So first case, this is the water surface, and I have a triangle here. Okay, this is side view. I'm drawing this way. This is the water. I have a plate here, some plate. Okay, side view of this is like this. Okay, so B is the width, base, and H is the height. So what is IgG for this? This is CG, and this will be the IgG, right? BHQ by 36 for rectangle. CG height will be 2h upon 3, that is x bar, and theta equals to 90 degree, right? So in that case, h bar will come out to be 3h upon 4. You solve it at your home. If you have any problem, you can tell me. Okay. So next problem, let's suppose like this. If instead of this shape, if you have a semicircle, so how to solve this? This is CG. What is CG distance? 4r upon 3 pi. You can calculate IgG about this, right? You try to see. This is a 12th concept. You try to see how to calculate IgG for semicircle. Okay, my friends. Similarly, if it is like triangle, if it is inward triangle, it can be inward also, right? This way. So what is the x bar here? This is CG. So x bar is h upon 3, and IgG remains same, that is BHQ by 36. Okay. Let's suppose this is complete circle. Right. So for complete circle, what is x bar? Is nothing but d by 2. And what is IgG? This is will be the IgG, and this is CG. IgG will be pi d to the power 4 by 64. Okay. So now let us move to next topic. In this topic, we will try to solve problem related to fluids. So if I have two fluids on a single plate, so how to evaluate the pressure, how to evaluate the force, and how to evaluate the center of pressure. The example goes like this. I have a solid plate here. The fluid free surface. On the top, it is oil. Up to a height h naught. Okay. Then it has a water, different fluid. Okay. And the height is W. Density of oil is rho, density of water is rho W. Okay. So let us try to draw the pressure diagram here. So here P8, it will start from here, right? 0. P18, P18 will get cancelled. So as we can see, with height it will increase with a rho naught Gx. So I draw triangle. What will be the pressure here? Rho oil G into H naught. Okay. And then we'll be having water. Water density is more. So this will be even more flatter. Because the rate of increase in pressure will be high. Slope will be high. Rho G is nothing but slope. Density is, what is rho G? Rho G is nothing but slope of this triangle, right? Clear? Rho g is slope. So this will be having a slim down, right? So because of higher water density, okay. So now let us see how to evaluate the total pressure, force due to total pressure. It will be nothing but the area, right? Area of the pressure diagram. What is the force area of the pressure diagram? What is this? Rho water G into HW, right? We start from 0 and due to water only we are considering. Overall pressure here will be more. It will be combined water as well as oil. So rho W HW plus rho naught H naught into G. But what I have done, this will be continuously, it will be the same, right? And what will be the increasing factor or changing factor? It will be only due to water. So that I have included here, right? That will change this slope. So Fp can be calculated as rho g into volume for each component. When I say component means for each fluid, okay, or for each part, for each component fluid or part. So here it consists of 3 parts, 1, 2, 3, right? So now in each part we'll calculate the volume, okay? So what is the volume in this part? It is nothing but half. First we'll calculate the area, rho naught G H naught into height H naught, और कितना अंदर तक रहेगा? B width तक, right? Into B. This is the total volume inside this. Total volume of water inside this, right? What is the total volume of water inside this? This part rho naught G H naught into HW. This is the area, right? Area of this into how much deep it will be? B. So A into B is nothing but the volume. Then what is the third part? Is this, right? Half into rho WG HW, length, height HW and width B, right? So this is a pressure 1, pressure 2, pressure 3, right? FP1, FP2, and if we add all these three, then we'll be having net pressure force. And now if I want to calculate the net or the center of pressure. Now if I want to say like how to calculate the center of pressure. So let's suppose the center of pressure is H bar. So what I will do, I will calculate the center of pressure for each individual component from the free surface. Let's suppose for this it is H1 bar. This third component will be H2 bar from the free surface, and this component will be H3 bar, okay? And this force we have calculated, right? So what I'll do, Fp into H bar equal to Fp1 into H1 bar plus Fp2 into H2 bar plus Fp3 into H3 bar. So this will give me the result for center of pressure for this combined case for the two fluids. Okay, my friends. This is all from this lecture. For more videos and regular updates, subscribe to this channel. And in case of any doubt, you can ask in the comment section of this video. Thank you all for watching this video.